after visiting one old brewery in one city in Wrocław, I was back then talking to one of our international partners and asking, oh wow, there are so many beautiful buildings in this forgotten area. Why they are just standing empty?
How is the day looking today? Well, the day would be very active. We're looking forward to this long program. We started with introduction to the project and the team.
Trying to also bring their communities to reactivate the spaces and bringing the cultural program from below.
Panel discussion specifically on this topic of revitalizing heritage spaces and public spaces.
Ideas, education, culture for people. So I think I would rather want us to go away from the idea of project always an A and a Z. It's just artificial parameters.
We'll have a quick lunch break and then a World Cafe where we'll be discussing several topics, including tools that we developed there, a mobile app and digital tools and other use cases that we will be presenting.
And then this afternoon we will have the vernissage, so we will present our projects, the projects that we've been doing for the whole year as a cultural ambassador. There are 4 of us that have been working with the community, different kind of communities, like in my case, as I said, are migrants, but each one of us has a different community, and we will present what we've done during the whole year.
It's always in the back of our mind as the cultural operators.
My colleague, Ammalia, together we've been working on urban activism projects since 2016-17 with partners where we have shared and learned best practices of how to utilize and co-create spaces.
So New Inherit. We came up with this name or the idea of these projects after a week long of exploration in most of post-industrial cities in Eastern Germany, also in Poland.
It was about looking into which places already exist that have potential and have history, but have nothing going in. And so, consortium of people coming together and deciding, let's try to do something about that.
I just want to appreciate that people were taking the courage to try and to be part of it.
I wanted to mention that the frame that these images are on is an old window frame of the home. So in the way of looking out through this, and now we're kind of looking at and out and through it, and kind of a new function of it as a window frame.
We came up with some idea of how about we invite people who have curiosity, creativity, and compassion towards each other to bring the life towards this type of cultural spaces that are almost forgotten.
And I never forgot that, because sometimes we think of the past as something which is oppressive, but actually having a creative relationship to the past is the richness of our stories and the richness of our lives.
Edit it yourself. You can add your own story. If you don't feel like writing it, you can also write an email and I can upload it. But the idea is that it's an active thing. People can participate and anonymously, and they can just explain how they feel, or they can also give it to someone else and they can.
My idea was to work with migrants and their how they fight with the system, with the bureaucratic German system. I designed a wiki page and some books that are supposed to travel, and people are supposed to, if they want to, they can read the stories that are inside, or they can add their own stories. So it's an ongoing project.
Ammalia, my colleague, has initiated with partners to come together and use specific test beds, pilot places there where they can experiment.
From Germany, Culture Goes Europe. We have from Belgium, which is Urban Fox. We have Bulgaria, Gradoscope Sofia. We have from Italy, Sguardi Urbani. We have Murcia Municipality. We have Cyprus, which their own test bed, and we have another company, digital company in Spain as well. And then we work with our test bed locally. In our case, in Germany, is in Oma, in Weimar.
So the OMA, the final part of the OMA, is that it's supposed to be a cultural center where people exchange their experiences and their ideas from the projects, and they say, you know, this came up, but we didn't have a chance to follow it. Let's suggest that as a new project. And then the people can organize themselves around that new project.
Curry, curcuma, red beet, wine, and this mixed with lime oil, we created these paintings. Then we also have an installation here, which is asking the question of what is valuable and what is not.
In my workshops, I tried to rethink the values of different materials, like to make people experience materials in a different way, experience herbs in a different way, experience trash in a different way, experience the room in a different way, and also their body, and like this to cut with perception and to change perception.
Wie bekommt man Leute dazu, sich dann auch noch an so einen Ort zu begeben und Energie darauf aufzuwenden, so einen Ort zu entwickeln? Und das ist nach wie vor eine Herausforderung, nicht nur in diesem Projekt, generell für unsere Arbeit in der OMA, aber das ist der einzige Weg. Also um eben nichts zu machen, was man diktiert, sondern gemeinsam entwickelt.
Trying to look for what you want to bring into a place, but also what the people that will continue to use the space want from that space, so that is sustainable.
So it's a kind of like a mill. You know, starts with a project idea, and then it turns into a curriculum and what we have to learn, and then doing the curriculum, and that eventually leads to the next new project that we want to do.
Have one individual participant that really truly believes on what is happening, and then they will bring the people, because they will be as passionate as you, and they will convince everyone that you should come to this.
If you are building a community, you need to be consistent and persistent about what you do. Like I really like to do that. It makes me disciplined, and disciplines always give me the freedom of the life.
Last question. How would you explain failing as something positive to someone who is not used to fail?
It's a good question.
In art, there is no failure, there's just intuition, and intuition cannot be wrong. So maybe something doesn't turn out the way that someone expected it to turn out, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong. That just means it's different from what they expected it to be.
Failing is learning, basically. It's learning in terms of you try a method and see if it has an impact.